China economy strong, building strong economy, economy for China, for China. Hello everyone, this is Arjun, and we're back with another edition of China Economy Strong, as we continue to cover the greatest country on earth in its quest to build the strongest economy the world has ever seen. This is China Economy Strong. Now, there are many of you who are probably new and have not heard of the glory of China economy. China Economy Strong is a reoccurring series I do where I celebrate the brilliant plans that the Chinese government has come up with to ensure economic growth and great prosperity and harmony. So we celebrate lots of things, be it apocalyptic smog, be it a giant lake of heavy metals, be it rivers that light on fire, and be it patriotic warrior geese that are deployed to help fight crime and terrorism. And there is a playlist, I'll put a link below. I've done like 40 or 50 iterations of this, including a horrific song of me singing, which is This Is China Moment. And no, I don't normally record things on phone because I don't have a camera. I'm just recording my cell phone. I do screen capture with an actual mic. But yeah, so to the actual video. So I was downtown. Well, I work downtown, so I was downtown. And as you may or may not know, our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, is in China negotiating with them. So there were some activists downtown, and the activists gave me this, and they asked me to sign their petition, which I did, because, out of character for a minute, before we go back to discussing glorious this, killing people and selling their organs is pretty fucked up. So, they gave me this postcard that I forgot to mail in. So, please help stop China state-led mass killing of Falun Gong prisoners of conscience for their organs. This is one of the central tests of our time, a new form of genocide. It's using the most respected of members of society to implement it. So, let's just read this. Let us read the brilliant policy that China has come up with. Because most regimes throughout history have just killed people. The Nazis, of course, used the bodies for soap and lampshades. But China is more efficient than that, because the lampshades were probably about 50 cents each. Whereas this one, like, let's look at this. There's like 50 grand in just those 3 organs. And I mean, that's literally the most efficient use of state terrorism I've ever seen. So let's just read this. It's been 12 years since China communist regime launched a persecution to eradicate... Oh, no, sorry, I'm not reading this right voice. It has been 17 years since the China communist government launched a persecution to eradicate Falun Gong, a spiritual practice centered on the principle of truth, compassion, and forbearance. A new in-depth report released in June in China indicate that the prisoners of conscience have been killed on demand to fuel a massive state-run transplant industry, supplying most of the organs for 60 to 100,000 transplants a year since 2000. So that's literally tens of thousands of people. So it's conceivable that like more people died in this than, I don't know, any number of genocides combined. But that is brilliant. You see, what happens is you have people and they're only producing maybe 20 grand or so for the GDP a year. So what you do to increase GDP growth is you kill them and you cut them up, because China has lots of extra people. So you kill them, you cut them up, and you sell the organs, and that increases GDP growth rate by 0.0001%. I'm sorry if this is not as humorous as some of my other ones. It's kind of hard to make jokes about this. This is just kind of horrifying. It's not really absurd in the way some things are. Let's see here. Um, I respectfully ask that you take every opportunity, particularly when you meet with Chinese leaders, to urge the regime to end the persecution of Falun Gong and the barbaric crime against humanity. Sincerely, I guess I could put Argent Templar there. But, yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's literally cartoonishly evil. I wouldn't be surprised if ISIS isn't competent enough to come up with something like this. They'd probably just like take the organs out and then burn them or to Allah or something. So let's just look at this this template. Let's see what we have here. China communist regime is slaughtering innocents. Let's see here. China performs tens of thousands of organ transplants a year, yet voluntary organ donation is very rare. Well, we have to change that because that's selfish. That's restricting the economic growth in China. Before the persecution, organ transplants were rare in China. After the persecution, with millions arbitrarily detained, the industry exploded. Actually, I've done a video on this in the past that's a little more humorous. They have these mobile execution vans where they kill them, and then they've done it in such a way that it doesn't damage the internal organs. And then they harvest them, and they use them to keep Communist Party bosses alive longer or to grow the economy. In phone calls with undercover investigators, Chinese doctors admit to using organs of Falun Gong prisoners of conscience. If you don't know anything about the Chinese, if they are kind of sociopathic when it comes to these things. It's kind of a society where everything's a collective responsibility. If you've seen some of my other videos, like I did one on road fatalities in China. If someone hits someone in China, you have to pay all their medical costs. So what they will do is they will hit people, then they would back up and roll over them a couple times to make sure they're dead, including little children. And this is a common practice, which wouldn't happen en masse in a Western country. Let's see here. Subject to medical exams to assess the health of their organs. Other prisoners are not tested. Multi-billion-dollar per year industry with no evidence that this has stopped. Let's see here. So tens of thousands of people a year. What's different about China is it's a state-run. It's party-directed. It's not a few criminals in back alleys trying to make a fast buck. No, it is a directed program to make China economy strong. EndOrganPillaging.org. 600-page report. I mean, this is the country that Justin Trudeau said he admired. He admires China's basic dictatorship. And of course, as a testament to diversity, we took a bunch of people in who created this society. And we have Miss World Canada. Great. And truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. Together we can stop this. No, I don't think the China government cares about any of this. Not that I don't applaud them for trying. If there is a just cause on this earth other than killing every last member of ISIS and desecrating their corpses, a close second would probably be stopping China from kidnapping random people, killing them, and selling their organs for profit. I'm sorry, guys. There's organ tourism. Wow. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't have much to say about it. It's horrific. I'm sorry. I'll try to make it funnier in future, but like I got this pamphlet. I'm like, oh, I'll bring it home. We'll have a laugh about it. We'll do my dark brand of humor, but I just can't. It's that bad. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later.